This update is brought to you by Frank Catolo on 148.ca. Trouble in relationships. Frank's with the clues at 148.ca/Frank. I'm Philip Hogg without trouble in my relationship. Now here's folks who don't have trouble in their relationships either. Rod, Ray, and Mike with North American Harness Update. Yes, it's the world's best ever trio on 20th anniversary SR1.
The starter has carved the field to the gate.
I do have trouble with my relationships.
This field is in motion and approaching the start.
Of course, that relationship is with myself.
And they're off. And it's a battle into the first turn for control. The battle continues by the half and approaching the far turn. Stride for stride past the three-quarter pole and approaching the top of the stretch. And as they hit the top of the stretch, it's mission brief. Foiled again, Muscle Hill, Captain Treacherous, and Vegas Vacation. Lucky Jim, a rock and roll dance. The magician, Sebastian K, approaches the line. Coachio is coming late, and as they hit the wire, it's too close to call.
Now here's North American Harness Update on SRN1.
Every now and again it dawns on me that we've been using the same intro for about the last 4 years now or something of that sort. And because of that, we have a bunch of irrelevant horse names in the sequence. Now, none of you would have noticed that had I not pointed it out. You would have gone, "Oh wow!"
Before you get too involved.
Nowadays, we're all living in the past in some way, shape, or form. Especially with all of these '90s reboots that are going on, with Roseanne, with Murphy Brown, with they aren't going to bring back the Bill Cosby Show for good reasons. But can we just live in the time that is now? That's all that I'm asking for, especially from you listening at home, because this is North American Harness Update, and we are focused on now. We have a lot of now to talk about, mainly from the raceway at Western Fair, as I introduce the co-hosts. They are our co-hosts, though, because they're with us, and this is a communal thing. Mr. Mike Prebosi and Rod Adams Jr., how are you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing amazing.
That is a stark contrast from 2 weeks ago when you both wanted to kill each other. So I feel
You know why? You want to know why I'm doing amazing?
Why are you doing amazing, Rodney?
Because not only did I give out the high five in race 6 at Western Fair, I played it as well because I do that with my picks, and it paid $1,100. You are welcome, world. With a 4 to 5 shot on top.
And you can, of course, get $1,100 tickets like that at NAHUpicks.com, as well as other racing analysis from not only Western Fair, but the Meadowlands and Woodbine Racetrack. Congratulations, Rod. That's a lot of money, and I can't wait for my check to come in the mail. We have this pick 4 to talk about, though. That starts with race 7 because it's the 10-race card, and we have about 6 minutes to go. And I was saying to Rod earlier, this was a hard sequence for me because I so desperately wanted it to not be chalky, but it's probably going to end up being chalky anyway. And let's start off with this first leg, boys. This is a 7-horse field now with the scratch of the 4 Sovereign Lay. And it's what is it? It's a 15,000 filly mare conditioned claimer going for a purse of $5,400. Mike, starting off with you, looking at this race, of course the race is centered around the 5 Striking Volo. And do you feel that she's that decisive a favorite?
She's going to be tough because she's going to get the front, and she was 3 to 5 last time, albeit on an easier spot. The 3's probably going to be, on its back the entire way around. that looks like one of the only dangers. And then maybe since the one Jake Port Rosita moves inside and has shown capable closes in the past, Stewart might be able to work out a trip. Those look like the only three to me. I could have seen the 4 also, but obviously the scratch, takes that one out of it. It looks like one of those three. None of them probably will pay over $8.
Rod, you're kind of on more of the cheap end of the spectrum, and if I take it correctly, you take 2 horses, and I feel like it's mostly for speed reasons.
Yeah, I'm too deep here in the first leg. I'm going 3 and 5. The 3, I think, is going to be on the lead, or the 2-hole. One of the two. Looks the part, has been racing well, and definitely has a shot once again in a similar type of race and draws inside. And then the 5, likely favorite here, should also be leaving and will likely be on the front end if things work out the right way. He just needs to stay flat. He has shown some breaks in the past, but has been in good form recently too. So 3 and 5 for me.
One thing standing out to me currently looking at this betting board is it's much more open than I was expecting it to be. Mainly the fact that 5 Striking Volo is currently the 2-to-1 favorite, and the 8 is taking play at 7-2. And the 1, of course, we expected to take play. The 1's one of 2 horses I use because I'm not a big fan of Striking Volo. I'm trying desperately to beat her in this first leg. And not only do I take J. Port Rosita, but the other horse I try is the 2, the High Road. Just tossing his race, or her race, last week as a clunker. Before that, though, she put in a decent mile at this level, moving up from the 8,500 open ranks, and that was in her 4th start off a layoff. She seemed to be improving and getting into a decent form. However, the race might not set up for her if she's too far out of it from an inside post. If she can get away somewhat close, I expect her to be a bit involved. Otherwise, she might end up being a victim of the pace. Otherwise, I think the 3 Lucrative Sun was, the 3 is 6-1 right now. That's a surprising price to me, and that makes me kind of regret not using him on the ticket. I thought he'd take a lot more play, but that said, my graphic says 1-2. I'm going to stand by that. Second leg of this sequence is race number 8. It is a 7,000 claiming event. Field of 8 going postward here. And Rod, you are singling from the second tier. It's a bit ballsy, Mr. Allums.
It is, but I think this horse is just too good right now. He's been good all season. 4 for 4 this year. His last 2 were really impressive to me. The last one coming at a 1.16 mile distance, but he's just been so good. I don't see him getting beat here. I think the streak continues in, short price here. So just the 8 for me.
Mike, you kind of widen your horizons a bit, also taking Comeback Matt.
Agree with the 8, only because he can do it either way. The 8 post, though, could deter, especially, sitting behind the 1 who shows absolutely nothing from the gate. The 2, the same way. That could put this horse in a jackpot early. The 4, It's Academic, is second off a layoff. Raced okay last time. Won 9 times last year. And it's tough to ignore, especially with Kelly on. I think definitely going to have the jump on the 8. Might not be quite good enough, but I don't mind that one. And then the 5, Falcon Justice, who's another closer, has been getting beat by Comeback Matt, but does have a little bit of a post edge here. Being that the horse is on the gate, maybe can get away second or third. Who knows? Definitely will be a price 4, 5, and 8.
I agree with the 4 and the 8. The only other horse I add on in this race is the 3, Vegas Rich, purely off the claim. Last out was a decent race. Kind of gave chase to finish 4th. But last time this horse was claimed over at Ridley Carlton, went on to romp by 10 lengths. So if that even means anything, just all in all, the off the claim angle is usually one to watch for, and the horse could be coming in sharp, especially with the post relief having post 8 last out. Now drawing the 3-hole, I am 3, 4, 8 in the second leg of that sequence. Third leg, race number 9, hours of 12,000 lifetime trot. We have 8 going postward here, and strangely enough, you, Mike, and you, Rod, And Mike, Rod, and Rod, Mike, you guys are on the exact same horses.
Go ahead, Mike.
Who are you kicking it to, me or him?
You can both talk at the same time since you agree so much.
Oh, good. 2 and 6 for us. The 2 Zeb Zabby draws well. I think you could throw out the last 2 races. This horse had trouble behind the gate. Needed a clean line last time. Moves inside, gets a fast track, has shown speed in the past, has taken money in the past. I would think we'll be up close early, and they'll have to catch that one. And then the 6, Snarky Hanover, came from Woodbine. But the time wasn't necessarily overwhelming by any means. This horse will be sub-even money, hard to leave off, but we'll see. Maybe the 2 can be 2 and 6.
Well, I have to say, that harmonization of both your voices sounded mostly like Mike talking. I'm 3 deep in this race, though. I'm not a big fan of the 2. I agree with the 6, Snarky Hanover. However, Zeb's Abbey has taken a lot of money in the past. That last race, to me, though, is kind of hard to take off. But I understand because the horse had a break in the start before, so maybe he was just trying to get a flat mile in under her belt. That said, though, I still go to 2 others, starting with the 4, BJ Savannah. I like the fact that this mare came from off the pace last out, finished 3rd by 2 lengths, gained ground at odds of 21-1. Before that was also in contention and only bested the rest of them. This mare seems like she fits the class level and just needs the right setup to be able to perform well. And the 5, Faxer Theory, is one that likes to be up towards the front, which could play in her hands, judging by how the track's currently running. And last out, she was first over on the final turn, ended up faltering in the end, though, but still made a move to show that she had some kind of life, and she's another one that just looks like she fits this level. I'm 4, 5, 6 in that 3rd leg, as I think they were parading earlier. Yep, they're on the track right now.
We got about a minute.
We're on the last leg. Quick, race 10. I'm 1, 2, 6. You guys go. Mike, you first.
I spread out 1, 2, 3, 6, and 8. I think could be anything in there.
Your numbers.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh boy, that's a lot. So my ticket goes as follows. I'm 1, 2 with 3, 4, 8 with 4, 5, 6 with 1, 2, 6. That's $10.80 for 20 cents. Mike, what's yours?
1, 3, 5 with 4, 5, 8 with 2, 6 with 1, 2, 3, 6, 8. It's 18.
Rod.
3, 5 with 8 with 2, 6 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I forgot how much it was. 720 maybe?
That's 480, you dingus.
480. That's what it is. That's what I said.
Oh boy, if you listen not closely, they all sound like the same numbers. They're parading right now for the 7th race here at Western Fair. And now the betting's starting to concentrate more, as I was expecting. Striking Volta is currently the 4 to 5 favorite. I'm hearing myself talk, and it's almost as annoying as having to talk in the first place. James Porter's Rosita is also 5 to 2, and then Lucrative Sun is 5 to 2 too. I would have been very worried if Lucrative Sun went off anything higher than 5 to 2, but I'm feeling a bit better now about how my ticket stands at the moment. 6 to 1 on that horse is a little too high. A little bit too high. Just a little.
6 to 1.
Yeah, she was 6 to 1 earlier.
Well, like I said when we were talking, I don't think either the 1, 3, or 5 will pay over $8, and right now they're 4 to 5, 2 to 1, 3 to 1. So
that math checks out perfectly. Unless the one pays, the one could pay $8.20, and then that throws a whole monkey wrench in.
Yeah. Whatever.
Look, I could go on talking about monkey wrenches for a whole hour.
So question before they start this race, did you guys happen to play a pick 5 at Cal Expo with the carryover?
No.
You got a ticket?
I have a ticket, but it's like 1 minute to post.
Well, I'll give out my ticket real quick since we're waiting on this race. My 50-cent pick 5 at Cal Expo, they've got about 2 or 3 minutes to post. My ticket is 4-7 with all, with 2-3-6, with 4-7, with 4-6. It was $72 for 50 cents, and I actually did play it.
Okay, I can give my ticket. It's 3-4-5 with 1-2-3 with 2-3-4 with 7 with 1-4-6-8. It's $54.50.
Mine's 8-6. Wait, yeah, 8-6 with 5-7 with 8-3. I forget how the song goes.
309.
8-6, 5-3. Okay, I was on the right track, but then my brain.
There's no O's.
My brain lost confidence. There is in the 10. My brain lost confidence because it said, Ray, you can't be right. And I went, oh, brain, you're right. And it's like, no, because I am you. I went, dang it. So hard being a person. Neutral Milk Hotel had it right. It's so strange to be anything at all. This race is going at Western Fair. Let's stop getting philosophical and let's gamble our worries away. This is the 7th. From London, it's in motion, approaching the start, and they are off. And trotting Lucrative Sun and Striking Volo out in tandem with Ty's Little Dream. Getting away third from the center of the track, Rising Pressure, now going towards the rear of the pack. Off stride around the turn. Looks like the High Road as they go on to the opening quarter. In front here, Lucrative Sun second, then Striking Volo third. Ty's Little Dream to the back stretch. As we currently have fractions on the board that are incorrect. J-Port Rosita's fourth. Fifth, then Icos Fifi. And that's Rising Pressure. It's a long way back to the early breaker. The High Road, 31-2. The opening quarter as they move around the far turn. In front here, commandeering the field so far. Lucrative Sun going a soft pace, leads by 2.5. Striking Volo second. Third, then Ty's Little Dream as they come into the stretch. First time. Fourth appears to be the High Road. Out from sixth, then Rising Pressure going past Icos Fifi. The early breaker then, J-Port Rosita in the back of the pack off a 101 and 2.5. To the back stretch, 30-second clip onto the second circuit. Lucrative Sun in front by a length and a quarter. Drawing closer in the pocket, sealing the gap. Striking Volo third, then Ty's Little Dream. The High Road, moving to the High Road, flushing out cover as Ty's Little Dream angles off the rail, as does Striking Volo after the pace setter. Lucrative Sun, 3/4, 132-4. Lucrative Sun, though, turns away the odds-on favorite, kicks away again to a length and a half lead. Lucrative Sun, Striking Volo second, then it's Ty's Little Dream. And the High Road as the heads turn for home. Lucrative Sun extending his advantage to about 2.5. Striking Volo on the outside, trying to reel in with Ty's Little Dream towards the center of the track. The line's coming. Lucrative Sun holds on by a neck. Striking Volo second over Ty's Little Dream. Then a gap of 5 back to the High Road in fourth. And 2:04 flat. Okay, so that horse ended up wiring the field, as I was kind of worried about. Lucrative Sun, 3-1 over the 3-5. Decent way to start off the sequence.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3-1's good there on that one.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a good start.
It is a good enough start. That's exactly what I said. I'm glad that we all agree and we're on the same page. Well, I must have not been on the same page because I probably handicapped the wrong race for all I know.
Wouldn't surprise any of us.
Oh, what? So I'm a clown to all of you now? I'm a little clown boy. Is that why I am?
Why do you have that?
okay, so if anyone's interested, if anyone played my early pick 4 at Woodbine tonight off NAHU picks, it's alive, going to the last race, alive to 5 horses. So just a little update there.
Get that home.
With decent prices in the first 3.
There we go.
So
That matters more because it could be paying like $7.
We're on right now. We're on fire at NAHUPicks.com.
$16, $6. Look at the wheel pace.
NAHUPicks.com is on fire, baby.
That's why I'm wearing
We
a
gave out the
jacket.
early pick 4 at Western Fair, which paid roughly $100 for a buck. Mike is live at Woodbine for decent payouts. And I gave out the high five at Western Fair, which paid over $1,000 for 20 cents.
My stand-up.
Okay, so here's the low pays. It's 1, 5, 7, 9, and 10. The 1's $6.50 for 20 cents. The 5's $1.36. 7's $89. 9's $5.31. 10 is $3.74. So that was a $48 ticket. They're all paying pretty decent there if you like to play that ticket.
Sounds to me like the 7's going to win that race.
It's possible, but it's a claiming race, so we'll see.
Meanwhile, $8 horse to start off the pick 4 at London, moving into the second leg of the sequence. Mike and Rod alive. I am not.
How are you not alive?
Because I didn't take the 3. It's that simple. I didn't have the horse.
There were only 2 horses in the race, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, I liked the 1 a little just because he was going to close, but the horse never really.
Yeah. Horse ruined that. Well, no, and I was saying as I was handicapping too, I was kind of worried about the 3, just because of how the pace was going to set up there. And I didn't throw on.
I'm surprised the 5 let the 2 people walk on the front, but that's another story.
I'm not. That's like standard. At least to me, that's standard. Like that just seemed like it was going to happen. 7 to 5
You thought that was
action.
going to happen, but you didn't use the horse.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, we got to give a shout out to all my my buddies out in Chicago that canceled racing tonight and they're watching right now.
Nice.
Which include a bunch.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of
They're
them.
only Rod's friends. They aren't my friends either. None of them appreciate what I do. I'll just walk this way while you shout out Rod's friend.
You guys are going to have to handle this pretty soon on your own. I'll probably be out here very soon.
Mike's a doctor.
Mike will be busy taking out his own esophagus. Or
Shit.
planning how to take one of ours out.
Hey, we got to give a shout out to an Ohio legend right now who's watching, John Wengard.
Well, when you said legend, I was thinking like Socrates, but he was a real person.
That's a different kind of legend.
The literal definition of legend, yeah.
Will Smith doesn't count either.
Okay, so here's the name legend, but that you can't proclaim that you're a legend. That's just not how it works.
He said he is legend.
Only Kanye can do that. Only Kanye can do that. Because let's be honest, he kind of earned it, but nobody else can do it. You can't.
What else do we have tonight?
Woodbine and the Meadowlands, but you bring
That's
up
all for tomorrow, yeah?
Yep, that's tomorrow night. But
And-
I gotta get this
and-
point across. There are too many legends around, alright? Everybody is a legend.
You always say that.
What?
You always say that.
Yeah, because people keep referring to each other. There are 7 billion of us on this earth. How many legends do we need? Because clearly we have all these legends, yet we're learning nothing from them. Oh boy, I can't
What makes you think you have to learn something from somebody for them to be a legend?
Because the whole idea of a legend is that it's supposed to be didactic. If you look back to Greek literature, this is time for the pretentious hour.
Oh, boy.
You're listening to the. Did you say no balls? I got plenty.
I
of
said,
balls
oh, boy.
This is the pretentious hour here on NAHUPR. Today we're talking about definitions and the English language and how I am the only one that understands it. I'm not going to go that far. I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to be too narcissistic.
Yeah. Of the 7 billion people on Earth, Ray's the only one that knows the actual language.
Exactly. You guys caught on to the irony of the bit.
Here's the thing, Ray thinks he knows everything about everything. That's what goes with being 18-year-old.
That also.
I'm sure his 18 years on Earth trump everyone else's.
That also just goes with how much of a genius I am.
Right, yeah. That's the first thing I thought when I met you. Genius.
I mean,
I can hear the sarcasm in your voice.
I hope that was the reason instead of, this is a nice hunk of meat. Like,
Yeah, I never thought that either.
especially considering I was under 18, but I don't work in Hollywood for those reasons. The 8th race I'm dropping so much shade tonight. I'm feeling bad. the post-nap crankiness. I think that's what it is.
Now you see this is why we are different from everybody else.
We take naps before the show, and then we let out our emotions to the world.
And those that didn't notice, the beard's gone. The beard's gone. It's just stubble now. You see this?
Oh yeah, I cared so much.
I know you did.
No one even noticed that I shaved too. 2 weeks ago.
That's because you don't have anything to shave.
I said people noticed.
Who?
I said people noticed. That means they did.
You can't even name one person that noticed.
Yeah, my mother. She's like the last person. There's never a list of people that you like, because they're you know this phenomenon where it's name 5 people in your life that blah blah blah. Never once is it do you ever win by saying my mother. That you just lose every time. All right?
Yeah, that's a default. Because your mom knows everything.
She doesn't. No. How can she know everything? The wife knows everything. The mother does not.
No, the mom knows. She just might not tell you she knows. Shout out to Missy Perbosi, who's watching right now.
Oh, speaking of the mom that knows, welcome. Welcome back. Welcome to
At least somebody's supporting me. I mean, they're not all Rod watchers.
At a certain point, once this show reaches critical mass of viewers, we will have all 3 of our tribes, the Ray followers, the Rod followers, and the Mike followers, fight to the death. So stay tuned for that.
I'm not saying that, Missy. Sorry.
You guys are looking at the chat. Meanwhile, I'm talking up like a great promotion, a crusade between all of our fan bases.
You need to build yours first.
What do you think I'm doing? Do you know how many followers I have on Twitter? I have enough. 830.
No.
I think at last check I have like 1,000 something. I don't know.
You follow 80,000 people. I'm rounding up.
What does that have to do with anything?
The more people you follow, the more follow backs you're gonna get. That's why people have those dumb those comedians have those dumb apps where they'll follow 80 million people so that they can get some kind of fan base to hear their really crappy jokes. Like, I hate that feeling of when I leave the cookies and milk out and then the cookies become the milk and I can't eat it anymore.
Wow.
It's the worst jokes you could possibly think of, and the worst thing is that they think they're good jokes. I was at a party last night, and I met these 2 stand-ups, and the one guy had this joke written. I was looking at he was going through his notes because this is when I just found out he did stand-up, and he had this one joke written in that was, "Cookies that have nuts in them is the ultimate betrayal." That was the joke. What?
There's no punchline.
Exactly. That was my point. It made no sense. Meanwhile, I told him this. I'm gonna do a routine right now that I did in front of a bunch of college kids. It bombed completely, so we're gonna test it out here. All right? Are we ready for this? We got some time in between Western Fair.
Yeah, so that's what everyone's here for.
Yeah, we're not doing stand up right now. We have other stuff to go through.
I have a point to prove.
And Mike's not going to be able to stay the whole freaking time either.
No, it's all right. Let him go. Let him have his minute. Go ahead.
Okay, it's probably about a minute. Okay, so there's this interstate I drive down almost every day, and being an interstate, you're usually going faster than you should be. You're going like 65, 75, and a 40, and there's a certain point where this interstate cuts through a residential neighborhood. So the speed limit goes down to 25 miles per hour, and of course, a lot of people are just going to go speed past that because they were going so fast earlier. Why would they want to slow down? And so, being a residential area, a bunch of the parents were getting worried that their kids could get hurt, and so they put up these signs saying, "Drive 25, save kids' lives, and drive like your kids live here." And that's when it dawned on me once I saw those signs that no kid has ever died from somebody speeding. They died because they got hit by a car. And that joke, okay, so that joke did not work at all in a set.
It didn't work now either.
In private, it works all the time.
No.
You don't understand.
No.
Yes, that joke,
No.
ironically, that joke kills in private.
With who? People that don't have kids.
Yeah!
Yeah.
That joke was funny.
I have a bunch of 18-year-olds that think that dying's the funniest thing ever.
Yeah. I don't think.
Well, yeah, you're a doctor. It's kind of like your number one enemy next to drugs. Also, ironically.
Ironically, we have other stuff to go to.
Yeah.
I do find that ironic, being this is called North American Harness Update. Say what you want. I'm working on that routine. I love that routine. They're coming onto the track.
They are.
At lunch. And come back, Matt. Only 8 to 5, but that's probably just because of the second tier. Also 8 to 5 before it's academic. 9 to 2 then on the 3 Vegas Rich. That seems a little high to me for first start off the claim. Now
Inside
7
post. It's early.
Yeah, that's true.
Even out. The money will come for the 8 soon enough. Probably will be 4 to 5, 3 to 5.
Now, what's the deal with Win Song Can Go? This horse is 7 to 1 right now. And it's the 4th choice. Horse is going to show no speed. Also, the 3
There's not a lot in the win pool right now.
Okay. Also, one claim. Oh, excuse me. One claim entered on the 8 too. So 3 and the 8 are in the claim box.
If you happen to play the pick 5 that I gave you at Cal Expo, you are live after the first leg. It was a 7 to 5 favorite, but the 7.
Yeah,
Oh,
but I
I
had
would've been at it.
four, of course, a 10 to 1 who got picked off.
Yeah, I gave out 4 and 7. Mike also gave out the 4.
But the 4 didn't win, so it didn't help me any.
But if you played the exacta, you got it. 22.40 is what it paid.
This is one thing I always loved about punters. When they give out like 2 horses, and if in some way, in some magical possibility, a random combination involving one of those horses comes in, they promote the hell out of it. Like they give out a 20 to 1 shot, and he's 4th to the first 3 favorites in the superfecta. If you played the 3 favorites over the 20 to 1 shot, you got an $80 superfecta. To me, it's always funny that every handy, and I'm guilty of this too. I've done this before. Every handicapper out there will in some way qualify how they were right about a race. If you just take the 5 morning line favorites and you wheel them over the 60 to 1 that could have possibly gotten involved, you would have hit the exacta. Oh, did I mention you had to box the exacta? I forgot to mention that part. If you just played all of the horses, including the one I gave out, you would have won.
Great.
You guys really don't notice this?
No, it's true. I mean, there's a lot to that. Or, you'll see guys that are, they gave out a pick 4 and they suggested a 50-cent ticket or a 20-cent ticket, and the ticket pays $3,000 for $1. They say, I gave out a $3,000 pick 4. No, you really didn't. Or they'll say, I gave out a superfecta that paid $20,000 for $2 and you had it for a dime. And it's just, I don't know. Stuff like that annoys me. I agree with you.
Well, we like to give out the base payouts. That's what we like to give out because
I'm giving
people
my
have different
tickets.
budgets.
If I say I hit 500, that means I actually won 500, not I won a tenth. When Rod tells you he hit the super high 5 for 1,000, it paid 1,000
for 20 cents. I was one of the 6 tickets that hit. So 5 other people that looked at NAHU picks today hit it. You're welcome.
That's very hopeful. That's a very hopeful thought. I was just gonna say,
It doesn't matter. Rod had it. It doesn't matter if anyone else had it. It was there.
I wish nobody else had it because then I'd be cashing. Thanks.
Yeah, that's also the handicapper's paradox. The point I was going to make is if you used my 6 to 1 shot underneath the 3rd favorite and then put the 1st favorite in for 3rd, that's a trifecta.
Yeah, I mean, that's a bit exaggerated.
Oh, yeah.
We don't usually do stuff like that.
No.
At least, I don't remember Rod and I doing that kind of stuff.
No.
But here's the thing: the essence of humor is exaggeration.
Yes, and you're right. I mean, you have an excellent point. You are correct. You know, if you used my horse with this one, then you had it. You know. So.
The point I've made this point to many people in my life, and this is when I break character. I am a living satire of myself, and with that, my entire fan base is gone. So only Mike and Rod can fight to the death in the years to come.
Well, they're about to go to the gate at Western Fair.
I'm about to say they're going to the gate. You don't let me finish. You don't let me start. You don't let me get to the middle. How am I supposed to make a story? Why am I talking like that?
I don't know.
6 to 5.
The 3's getting claimed, which scares me for my pick 4.
Was anybody listening?
No.
I said the 3 has a claim entered and the 8 has a claim entered. The 3 and the 8 are in a claim box.
How is the 5 15 to 1 in this race?
He sucks. They're going to the gate.
Because he can't win.
Okay. I've heard that before.
Yeah?
Mostly for the timing, because it's great. It's a great timing thing. The horse could win, and I'd be happy for you. But when you give me an opportunity like that, I'm going to go for it. Because I'm not better than that. That's the point I've been trying to make all through tonight. I am not good at what I do. And unfortunately,
We
it's
know.
showing. They're going to the gate. It's post time here.
Richard Finn's taking the 1 at 19 to 1 here.
Good luck, Richard.
Nothing wrong with the 1 on a half,
However,
especially at that price.
by taking that horse, I feel like your last name's going to hold a little too true. Because, like, Finn means end in French or something. That was too academic. I apologize. They're going to the gate. They're in the stretch. I'm just going to start this. And after this, I'm gonna move to the Palisades and retire. They're in motion and approaching the start. The 8th from Western Fair is off and pacing from the center. It's Macademic to the inside. Vegas Rich and Better Art and Stern Serve getting away 4th around that first turn. It's Macademic swooping by to take control from Vegas Rich 2nd. 3rd, then Better Art to the back stretch. 4th comes Stir and Serve, and then getting away 5th, Comeback Man in front of Falcon Justice, followed by Sandy's Candy and When Song Can Go on down the back stretch. It's Macademic at 2 to 1, leading the favorite Vegas Rich in 28 and 1. 3rd, then Better Art around the turn, no motion yet. After the leader as they approach lap 2, in front by 2 and a quarter, it's Macademic. Vegas Rich still 2nd, Better Art 3rd, Stern Serve 4th, passing the stance first time. Comeback Matt is 5th, then 6th comes Falcon Justice, and then it's Sandy's Candy and When Song Can Go heading past the half. It's Macademic in 58 and 3. Overland goes Comeback Matt, rushing up towards 3rd, taking the 4th spot as Stern Serve tries to sneak on the outside 2nd over to the backstretch, chasing the leader. It's Macademic, rapidly approaching to the outside. Comeback Matt up to the leader's wheel, now only a length off the lead. And then off the rail from 4th, Better Art now on that helmet. Up the inside comes Falcon Justice, followed by to the outside Stir and Serve. 3/4, 128 and 3 around the final turn. In front here now, Comeback Matt overtakes its Macademic. Better Art to the outside is stalled and locked in. Vegas Rich as they turn for home. Comeback Matt, though, with a 2.5 length lead. The favorite's the 1 to catch. It's Comeback Matt towards the center. Rushing up late after the favorite. Here is... That song can't go. 159. That was bad. Colors are bad. Colors are bad right now.
There was no way I could have that one.
There was no way I could see that one. I thought that was the 5. However, that was the one horse I pointed out earlier was taking money early on, albeit it was the 4th choice. It was off 23 to 1. Mike, leave?
Kinda looks like it.
Okay. Well, I figured as much because I wasn't getting criticized for going, how can you not see that horse? Very, very easily, because pink looks black on this CRT 2006 feed. However, we do thank London for letting us use it.
Yes.
I'm going to criticize it, but we got to thank them still.
Yes, we do have to thank Western Fair for letting us use their live feed.
23-1 over 7-5, or 21-1 over 25.
By the way, we would like other racetracks to let us use their feed. We give you credit.
We haven't eaten in months. If we could please use your feed, we could get through the week.
Anyway.
I'm talking about the same feed, right?
No. We've got we got a whole show to do still.
I was thinking the exact same thing while I was wearing a North American Harness Update shirt.
I'm wearing a NAHU hat right here.
Yeah, but you're not modeling it like me. Dancing like one of those Father John Misty songs. That's a callback to a couple shows ago, and also to this show, technically. You'll find out in about 20 minutes. Coming up also in 20 minutes after the break, we have an exclusive interview with the track announcer from Western Fair, Shannon Sugar Doyle. Rod and Mike caught up with him earlier this week to talk harness racing and talk Western Fair. That'll be coming up in the second hour. Also in the second hour, we'll be talking Woodbine and the Meadowlands. As we are all knocked out of this pick 4. Well, who was this horse? I need to figure this out. Who was When Song Can Go? And why did he pay $48.30? It's
because he had the 7-hole. They just went too fast up front, and he closed and beat him.
And that was the segment that I didn't even get a chance to give the name to because Rod already knew the answer. The segment that we didn't get a chance. That was a bad Don Pardo. Rest in peace, my man. I miss Don every day. And by every day, I mean every Saturday night. But there's got to be more. Did this horse really just get... Was he just a setup horse? He was... First off the layoff. 2 starts ago, or his last pari-mutuel start wasn't terrible. Horse took a lot of play, but yeah, that outside post, no. Had some claims in. I first start out though. That's mostly it. I wouldn't like that horse first.
Yeah, he was tough, especially from that spot.
Yeah, because that's the far outside spot. That's for everyone else. He had to go farther, and yet he somehow went shorter because he shot up the inside. And here I thought that was the 5, but Tyler Borth doesn't have those colors, you idiot. That was Robbie Shepard. And I was going, Shepard? Why is he driving horses then? Because you can't drive sheep, Rod. You can't drive sheep to the wool mill. You ever hear that one out in the Midwest? Ever hear that idiom?
No.
I have. I'm not from the Midwest. I'm full of idioms, mostly because I am an idiot. But I can go. Do I talk about monkey wrenches? I should.
No. No.
I want that to be a running gag. I want.
No, we got to move on to another pick 4 here.
We can move on to Woodbine, but I just wanted to say that I want that to. That's going now. That's now. I'm going to say a sentence that will be coherent. That's now going to be a running gag on this show, where whenever there's a lull, I will threaten to talk about monkey wrenches for an hour. So just watch out, everybody, for that. And now that I've said that I'm going to do that, I'm not going to do it.
Good.
Because I just broke the one rule of show business, and that's make them anticipate. However, by saying that, too, I'm also buying myself some credit. There's a bunch of techniques I'm doing to manipulate an audience. That's all show business is.
We don't want to manipulate anybody.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying I don't want to do that.
We want them to sponsor us without manipulating them.
Exactly. We want to show how genuine of good people we are, or at least you guys do, and I'm just going to do whatever I do.
Oh, and speaking of, generosity, things like that, we definitely want to give a shout out to the horsemen at the Meadows and down at in the Lebanon area under quarantine right now. If you hear anybody that needs some help, let us know. We'll see what we can do to try to help them out.
Yeah, and what Rod's referring to mainly is the spread of equine herpes from the Meadows to Ohio, which I was surprised it got to Ohio. But then again, they're a similar circuit, so patient zero could have easily infiltrated either or. Is it only Miami Valley that's quarantined, or is it the entire state of Ohio?
No, it's the fairgrounds at Lebanon, the old Lebanon Raceway.
Oh, okay. That place is still open? I thought that turned into a strip mall.
No, it's a fairgrounds. It's where a lot of people stable. There's 20 barns there, so
Oh, okay.
you know there's a good couple hundred horses there that are under quarantine right now.
And we also
So
know word.
we wish them all the
have-
best for sure.
We also have an estimate for when the Meadows should be back to racing, and that's the 23rd at the earliest.
We hope.
Yeah, well, they hope too, because by the sounds of it, they weren't that optimistic.
Hopefully everything's getting better out there, and hopefully we just got a couple false readings in Ohio, and everything will be cleared up there as well.
Now, what I gotta ask Rod, because I don't really know that much about. Well, I know some about herpes, but equine herpes I don't, and that's mostly because I graduated a high school curriculum. I don't know anything about sex though as a result of that. But with equine herpes, why is it? I understand the contagious aspect of it is why it's so detrimental, but why is it that it forces everything to shut down?
Because it's just that contagious. It spreads through the air, through the. I mean, it's basically like what the flu is right now. You know, kind of like the horse version, but it's a neurological disease that once they get it, you know, they have to be treated immediately. And if it becomes neurological, you know, worst case scenario, the horse dies. But luckily, we haven't had that situation with this outbreak yet, and hopefully we won't. But, you know, back in, I can't remember the year, there was a few years ago, there was a slight outbreak. It was contained to one barn at Balmoral. And, you know, it's just a bad situation altogether. And if it gets to spreading like it is, you know, every horse has to be tested for it every day. It kind of starts with a fever, and then it progresses into the neurological disorder, what it becomes, and what we're seeing happens where they have to quarantine everybody, and it just becomes a really bad situation very fast. And I guess the thing, you can't really do anything to prevent it once it starts, except try to quarantine, and that's what they're doing. And you know, Pennsylvania and Ohio are both taking very precautious measures to make sure it doesn't spread any further. So hopefully they have it contained where it's at, and it doesn't spread anymore.
Not just precautious, but very precautious. Well, when you're describing that to me, it sounds a lot like the rabies virus.
Yeah. But with this, it's spread quicker through the air.
Yeah.
So you know, the horse next door could get it just because it's next door, or the horse at the end of the barn could get it because it's in the same barn. You know, it's just one of those things where everything has to be contained, just like any quarantine. It's exactly as it sounds, a quarantine where, you know, everything's got to be contained and shut down.
It's not like rabies where a mongoose breaks into a barn and then bites. This sounds like an awful joke. So a mongoose breaks into a barn, right? And then he bites the one horse. The horse gets rabies. Awful punchline. It's a terrible punchline. Good setup. Awful punchline. A mongoose breaks into a barn. We have 10 minutes left in this hour, and the third leg at Western Fair is coming up in, it says 1 minute, but that means 20 years.
We want to know, Ray, who Sugar Doyle picked in this race.
Who did Sugar Doyle pick in this race? Well, if he picked... Oh, the 4 scratched? Well, that's good to know. That means my ticket costs less. Or that means I get the favorite.
Oh, we got a late scratch there, huh?
That would be if I was alive. I haven't even hit the last 2 legs. I also don't know why I'm breaking into like this really strange Buffalo accent every now and again. I don't know if I'm doing it subconsciously because I know what I'm saying is stupid, so I'm trying to emphasize it with a really dumb voice. Not to say that people in Buffalo are stupid. I love Buffalo. I love their wings. I love the snow. Because Buffalo, for those of you who don't know, invented snow back in the 1800s.
No, they didn't.
Rod, when you think of Buffalo, what are they known for?
Wings. Bills. Niagara Falls.
You see, you missed a good callback. Because I said, name 5 things they're known for. My mother? No. What, too cerebral? Too abstract?
No, your mom's not from Buffalo.
You're right, she's from California. Is that too much information to give out? Is my identity going to get stolen now? No. Wait, how is it that you listed wings, bills, and whatever that third thing was?
Niagara Falls.
Canada.
Snow.
Exactly.
Canada is separate.
It is. It's an entirely different country. Good
I
job,
know
Rod.
this.
Well, no, but you said snow, and you know why they're known for snow? The reason why they get so much is because that's where the snow factories are.
No, that's where the snow belt is.
Yes, because like how you have the Rust Belt where all the iron was produced. That's the snow belt.
No.
Rod, I took all college history classes in high school.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious you took junior high history classes in high school.
Rod, if I did, then how would I know about the Napoleonic Wars and how the lessons from that could have helped Germany in World War II not infiltrate Russia? How would I know that in junior high school? We didn't even know what Germany was in junior high school. The public school system is not really that good.
I was going to say, you went to a really bad school if you didn't know.
Again, I exist in a world of exaggeration. I exist beyond this realm of thought, and I still have no friends to show for it. They're on track for this 9th race.
I thought you were gonna give us Sugar Doyle's pick here for the 9th race.
I did. I said this. Oh, did I? Oh, I tangentialized. Whoopsie. Snarky Hanover was the horse he had, and you also saw it if you were watching the feed. I'm looking at everyone that's in the room right now, and everyone that's watching the video knows there's no one in here. If you were watching the feed, into 6 horse, Snarky Hanover. Rod, I'm gonna sit down for a second. Rod, I need to have a heart-to-heart with you. Why am I like this?
I don't know.
Okay, that's good enough for me. I'm back now. Snarky Hanover's 9-5 to Zeb Zabby, which I gotta ask, Rod, because you used this horse along with Snarky Hanover. Are you expecting the 2 to show speed here?
I mean, it's possible. I think this is one of those races that a couple different things could happen here. The 2 should leave from this spot. The 1 can leave, but I don't think is going to leave very hard because this horse needs to be sitting behind horses. He's been off form lately. But the 2, I think, with the inside post, got a flat mile in last time. Should be firing tonight, I would think. The 6 is gonna come from off the pace. I think we all know that here. But I like the 2 in this spot just because there's not a lot of early speed. I think the 5 is gonna go as well, which could give the 2 a 2-hole trip, and I think makes that horse really dangerous.
So I framed a yes or no question, and I got approximately 86 words that were neither yes or no. Good though. That was more in depth than I was expecting. You get a gold star, Rod.
It's called analysis.
We'll send it over to HR and put it up on the...
I do it for a living.
On the motivational bulletin board. What's my phone saying right now? You have no friends. All right, that's good. So this race, you basically said, you answered what I was asking you towards the end, which is that the 2 has some speed in a race that lacks speed. That's a good enough answer for me. I'm surprised, though, none of you guys had facts or theory, and this horse is the 9 to 5 second choice right now. Well, it's Philly.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, the horse is okay. There's nothing wrong with the horse. I just don't like the spot because he's going to be on the lead. He's going to get tired like he always does. He's one of those horses that I'm not particularly fond of horses like him.
I'm not particularly
especially at 2-1 right now. That's not a price I like. I love 6-1 on this 2 horse.
It's almost like you knew I was going to say something stupid and you ran over me. You didn't find it as funny as I did. That's unfortunate. No. 3 to 5 on Snarky Hanover. 2 to 1 on Facts or Theory.
Tom Kelly wants to know if you do this from your tree fort in the New Jersey woods somewhere.
I can't say no to that because it's such a good hypothesis. Such a good theory. That actually brings me... For those...
That's really good.
let's start a trend of people trying to figure out where it is I do this show from. And because I want to see people top that one. I don't know if it's possible, but I want to see how creative people can get. Where do I do this show from? Tweet us in at NAHU Update. Meanwhile, they're heading to the gate. Zeb's Abbey lagging behind before the start. Celestial Lady off stride. The rest of them off and trotting. Blink, she's gone is going to the lead. And Facts or Theory, Snarky Hanover third into the turn. Redman Chew fourth and fifth. Comes striking Nike, followed by towards the back. Zeb Zabby and Celestial Lady heading to the opening quarter here. Facts or Theory leads the way. Over Blink, she's gone. Snarky Hanover third. Gap of 4.5 then to Redman Chew fourth. First quarter up in 30 and 4. Moving around the turn. Here comes a rush from Celestial Lady into third. Towards second, parked out. Moving up to challenge the leader. Facts or Theory coming to the halfway point. Swinging into the stretch first time. Facts or Theory. 5-2 second choice, leads by length and 3/4. In the pocket, Blink, she's gone, left out. Celestial Lady riding that cover, then Snarky Hanover. 1-4 half, a 32 second breather. Circling that clubhouse turn. One more lap to go. Celestial Lady left overland. Now dropping back a touch into the backstretch, chasing Facts or Theory. In the pocket, Blink, she's gone, riding the helmet. Now off the helmet, Blink, she's gone, up to match strides with Facts or Theory to 3/4 and up to take the lead from Facts or Theory. Here comes Snarky Hanover splitting horses, up to take second as Snarky Hanover, though, still has to catch Blink, she's gone in 1:34 and 1, leads by 2. Facts or Theory drops back to third. Celestial Lady still left out on the outside as they turn for home. Snarky Hanover to the wheel of Blink, she's gone. These two hook up in the stretch. And Snarky Hanover edges past, coming to the 16th pole. Snarky Hanover puts away Blink, she's gone to win by 2.5 and 3 at the end. For third, 205 and 2. 4 to 5 favorite. Simple as that. In the third leg at Western Fair. And now on the video, want some winners? I got a whole smorgasbord of winners inside this coat, but you can only get them if you go on to the radio, 148.ca/1. For those of you wanting to tune into the second hour, where we'll discuss the early pick 4 from Woodbine as well as the late pick 4 from the Meadowlands. We'll also have the last leg. the Big Four from London. Our exclusive interview with the track announcer from Western Fair, Shannon Sugar Doyle. That'll be coming in right after the break, which will be happening momentarily. So for everyone who watched on the video feed, thank you for joining. We hope to see you over in Radio Land. But Rod, we need time to regroup.
We do.
We need time to catch our breaths.
We'll be back. We'll be back shortly. Listen on 148.ca/1. We'll be on there for another hour. Check us out.
More North American Harness Update coming up in the week of love here on SRN1. Stay tuned for more.